Okay, so for example number 2, again we have the xy plane, and I want to kind of review how we graph in the xy plane. So we have 2 points on the plane. The first one is negative 1, 3, so we're going to go negative 1 in the x direction, and then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. So that point right there is negative 1 comma 3 because we went negative 1 in the x direction. Remember, this is the x and this is the y. The x, this is the positive x direction, this is the negative x direction. This is the positive y direction, this is the negative y direction. So because this is negative, we start at the origin and we go over 1 unit to the left. Now because the y value is positive, that means we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. We also have another point on the line which is negative 5 comma 6, which means I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the left, and then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this point right here is on the line. Okay? Now that point right there is negative 5 comma 6. Now these 2 points are part of this circle. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's symmetrical about here. And then this one would be about 3. Negative 5 comma 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my circle kind of looks like this. I'm talking to myself, and that's okay. So my circle kind of goes like this, my perfectly drawn circle. And it's not going to fit on the paper, but just imagine that there's a circle that goes through those points there. Now I'm asked to write the equation of the line. Okay? So I'm asked to figure out the equation of the line. Now to find the equation of the line, so write equation of the circle. That's what we're told to do. So then I need x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Right? Well, h comma k is the center of the circle, so my center of the circle is negative 1 comma 3. That's my h comma k. So that means that h is equal to negative 1 and k is equal to 3. But now the radius is the distance from here to here. And I have to calculate that. So in order to calculate that, what I'm going to need to do is over here to the side, I'm going to have to use the distance formula. So the distance formula, my radius then is equal to the distance of these 2 points. And that formula, if you remember, is x sub 2 plus x sub 1 squared. Actually, it's minus. I keep forgetting that it's minus. Plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Squared. So that's the distance formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the point negative 5 comma 6 and the point negative 1 comma 3, and I'm going to call this my first x, in other words x sub 1, y sub 1, and this is my second set of xy. So I'll call this x sub 2 comma y sub 2. So what I'm doing is I have these 2 coordinate points. This is an x value, this is a y value, this is an x value, this is a y value. But so I don't get them confused, because I'm going to plug them in the formula and they have to go into a formula a specific way, I'm going to identify this as the first set, and I'm going to identify this as the second set. So this would be x1, y1, this would be x2, y2. And I want to plug it into the formula. Now, it doesn't matter which one is 1s and which one are the 2s, as long as they're the same group. In other words, I can make this x2, y2, and I can make this x1, y1. It doesn't matter as long as they're from the same group. Okay? So I'm going to plug that into the formula. So I get r is equal to x2, which is negative 1, minus 5. So I just put negative 1, x sub 2, minus 5, because that's x sub 1. And then I'm going to say plus, and then y sub 2, which is 3, minus 6 squared. So I'm just taking this formula. This is y2 minus this. This is x2 minus this. All right? x2 minus x1. Then I'm going to do the math on the inside. It's a little messy, but not really. Negative 1 plus 5 is a positive 4. A positive 4 squared is 16. And then this becomes negative 3, right? 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is a positive 9. So I get that r is equal to the square root of 16 plus 9, which is 25, or r is just 5, because 5 times 5 equals 25. So now I have h, I have k, and I have r. So now I can just plug it into the formula. So I say x minus h, which is minus 1, plus y minus k, which is a positive 3, but the formula has a minus. Notice that I put the minus in the formula, is equal to 5 squared. So when you minus a minus, it becomes a plus. Nothing changes here, except I got to remember to write down squared. And then 5 squared is 25. And so this whole kit and caboodle right here is the equation of the circle that we have.